Hello everyone. Here we have one of those systems that's just been killing me with curiosity. It doesn't look like much from the front, but it's got a window, folks. That is one of those design elements that just would have sent me back in the day. It's still kind of hard to see exactly what's going on inside there. So let's tear into this thing and see what they were trying to show off. This thing's an absolute behemoth. This case is 22 inches tall, or about 56 centimeters, giving us a whole extra drive bay. This clearly had a door up here at some point, which is obviously long gone. We do still have this door though. I'm sure it's USB ports. Yep, USB and FireWire. It's a little sticky. And there's our LG DVD-ROM/CD burner. It appears that the drives are mounted on a rail system, and those are surprisingly readily accessible. Well, maybe not. That thing is pretty locked in there. Maybe there's a locking screw inside. We'll figure that out later. And this case has another super desirable feature for the time. A window. So we get kind of a sneak peek of what's inside, and it sure looks interesting. It looks like we have these flip-out feet here, possibly. Yeah, sure do. Well, they're super sticky. Yeah, these flip out and keep the thing from tipping over. It's giving me mini server vibes, but I don't think any self-respecting server would have a window. Before we open it up though, let's just take a look at the back. These two fans look like the light-up type. At least clear plastic fans usually are. Got a whole lot of stuff on board, including a NIC, 2 real serial ports and a sound card. We've got some kind of video card. I can't quite identify it through the window. The dial-up modem, of course. And this here is for controlling the lights. It looks like this case has one of those cold cathode tubes inside. This knob would control the brightness. This would either be an on-off switch or a mode switch. I feel like this is a mode switch and on-off switch, since it has 3 positions. I'll be impressed if that tube works. And of course, some extra USB. Alright, let's get into this thing. Oh, that almost got away from me. Fortunately, that lock is in the unlock position. Let's get it open. How is this supposed to work? I thought that was like a latch. Is it a latch? Let's try using excessive force. Nope. I'm not sure which way that's supposed to go. I would have thought it pulled outward. Aha! I think I unstuck it. Maybe? Nope. Clearly not. But it does move in that direction now. You just gotta give it some harassment. There we go. Let's get that fan disconnected. Oh yeah, that is one of those cold cathode light-up tubes. This is what we did to light up our cases before the days of RGB. I used to have one of these in my computer, and it was just the epitome of cool. Though it's interesting how these power supplies are yellowed. Were those tubes putting out harmful UV rays the whole time? Yeah, probably. I'll be absolutely amazed if this thing works. And there's all the rest of the drive rails. It's too bad this case is in such bad shape. Would have been cool to do something with it. I'm very curious to know how this CPU fan got dislodged. This thing might have taken a beating at some point. Let's just pull that out of there for now. And fortunately, we do have a hard drive, but unfortunately, it's an IBM Desk Star, aka Death Star, which, as the name foretells, are prone to dying. Let's just hope, though. And that motherboard is a Gigabyte K7 Triton 400, FSB 333, which obviously has dual BIOS, as the previous owner was so proud not to put that sticker there. Man, this was somebody's rig. Seems like it was loved, though perhaps not loved enough to be routinely dusted. And even the intake fan has LEDs. I'm telling you, the RGB craze goes back further than people realize, though in a lot of cases these fans were just one color. Sometimes they'd be RGB, like that system from my last video. Alright, let's get these cables out of the way. All fed off of one Molex connector. That's how we did it. Alright, let's see the video card. That thing's really in there. There we go. And that is an NVIDIA, looks like a GeForce 4, 64 megs of RAM, and everything in this system is so gross. It was definitely exposed to moisture. There's no corrosion, but you can tell by the way the dust sticks. This came from a high humidity environment. Seems like it's fine though. And I forgot all about the little locking tabs that you pull on the AGP slots. Almost threw me for a loop there. Now I'll see the modem. Standard fare US robotics, 56K. How useful. Okay, that's the third ATEC warranty sticker I've seen in this thing, so it must have been put together by a builder. Alright, let's get out that CPU. Ah, good old AMD Athlon. Coincidentally, the first CPU I ever bought brand new. Let's pull that out of there. So pretty, isn't it? An AMD Athlon 2600 Plus. And I figured we'd see a warranty sticker under there. Of course they would. Yeah, definitely the work of a builder. Let's get that off of there. These things are designed to be intentionally annoying to remove. Oh, nothing bothers me more than this. Warranty stickers on CPUs. There's nothing worse. Let's just soak it with alcohol. They're not the easiest thing to remove without bending pins. Gotta be real careful. But no harm done on this one. Just gotta wait for that alcohol to dry. Now let's clean that thermal compound off. And this has to be done carefully because alcohol will take these pads right off. Alright, that's clean enough. Now let's clean up this disaster. That is some sticky dust. Yeah, pretty gross, but I've seen worse. Now let's get that thermal pad off. And usually you can get the last little bit with a magic eraser. And believe me, it does not damage the metal surface. That would take a far more aggressive material. Alright, that's better. Cooler master silence? That's a bold claim. Let's see if it's true. Well, not exactly what I'd call silent, but it's quiet enough. It probably could be silent at lower speeds. I'll give them a pass this time. Let's see what we have on the RAM side. Apart from being incredibly stuck. That's the stuckest RAM I've ever seen. The edge connector is quite dirty. But it is a stick of PC2700, 512 megabytes. There's that warranty sticker again. That's going to need to be cleaned. There's quite a lot of unpopulated stuff on this motherboard. See, it could take 2 more IDE channels, presumably for RAID. We also have unpopulated headers for Sony memory sticks and SD cards, as well as a smart card reader. This would have been a pretty capable board in its max trim. And we do have some bulgy, plaguey caps, but they look like they'll last just long enough for a test. There's no sign of them actually leaking. I think we'll be able to get away with it. Okay, let's get that CPU dressed. Those are some nerve-wracking clips. You know, I always have to check. Let's see if there's any life in that battery. I'm sure it's dead. Oh, it's actually not dead. Got about half charge. But that may be enough to keep the clock. I'm going to leave it in there on the off chance that it did. And we'll see how much drift there is. And to clean up that ram's edge connector, I'm just going to give it a wee kiss with this fiberglass brush. Very lightly, because this can damage the plating. But it sure is effective. And I'll just run some deoxit down the ram slot. Let's give that some exercise. Yep, feels cleaner already. And while this thing is a right mess, I don't want to disturb that cold cathode stuff just yet, but I do at least want to get rid of this very janky looking USB extender. Let's get that out of there. These cables seem to have a special affinity for dust. That just looks slightly better. Let me try to just carefully sweep it out. Cobwebs everywhere. Meh, good enough for now. And there seems to be some kind of contrivance for releasing these 3.5-inch drive bays. At least, that's what I'm assuming this lever does. Let's see. Yeah, sure is. Look, they got a spot for a fan in there. This case is pretty neat. And this one's missing its fan caddy. But that is so convenient. Look at that mechanism. And that went a lot more smoothly than removable drive cages usually go. Now, the time has come to contend with this DVD drive. I don't see any screws holding it in, but it does not want to come out of there at all. Let me try to give it a little push from the back. Seems like this side releases, but this side doesn't. Maybe there is something locking it in on that side. Let me get that other side panel off. No, there doesn't seem to be anything locking it in on this side either. And depressing that tab does clear it of that lock. I'm gonna have to pry. Yeah, there we go. Now things are happening. Aha! I think it was just crudded in there. And there it is, in all its cruddy glory. Good old HL data storage. We got a manufacture date of February 2003. Let's try to get some of this off. I know it's not going to come off easily. And here's the Death Star. Clearly original to the system, with that ATEC warranty sticker. 123.5 gigabytes. Manufactured December 2002. I'll be pretty surprised if this thing works. They had a pretty high failure rate in this time period. Let's wipe it off. Now, sure, I'm glad this system doesn't have a floppy drive. That thing would have been a disaster inside. And this power supply doesn't seem too bad, though I don't entirely trust that 420 watt output power claim. I think it would have to be 420 in order for me to believe that. But it has fairly decent weight, and nothing else about it seems to be particularly terrible. It does have 2 fans though, so that's nice, providing just a little bit of extra cooling for this thing. Alright, let's see what it does. Are the sacrificial hard drives going to get blazed? Let's see. Nope, not today. That thing's doing just fine. I'll give it the standard issue 5 minutes. And there's that 5-minute mark. This thing's fine. Alright, it's time to test. Will we get a light show, a smoke show, or no show? Let's find out. Let's send it some power. Let's see a brief flash of something. Let's hit it. Ooh, those fans sound terrible. But they are RGB. And we are posting. And as expected, that cold cathode tube does not work. They weren't known to last very long. I think mine only lasted a few years. Well, which one of these fans is having that conniption? See, is it the intake fan? Nope. Is it Ooh, it's not any fan. What is that? The Northbridge fan? Oh, it sounds like it's clearing up. Let's just see. No, it's not the Northbridge fan. What is making all that noise? Could be the Death Star. Oh, it's the GPU fan. I knew I should have serviced that thing. Okay, I'm just going to let that continue to be annoying for right now. Let's get in the BIOS and do some setup. I want to at least set a real timestamp so that we can differentiate between real and old timestamps. Standard CMOS. This thing's not going to know what to do. And we don't have a floppy drive, so no sense in wasting time looking for that. Let's save that. See if this thing will boot. And it is booting. Actually, it's resuming. This thing was in hibernation mode all that time. Alright. We're in somewhere. And the mouse doesn't work. What is up with that? It's a PS2 mouse. There's no reason for it not to work. In fact, not very much is working at all. All it's doing is thrashing the hard drive. Guess I'll try connecting a USB mouse. Should be modern enough to handle that. Yeah, I guess that was being optimistic. Not even getting the light turning on. Let's go ahead and hit this thing with a hard reboot. Actually, let me stop and do something about that GPU fan. I'm going to try my best to preserve this label, but that may be futile. Well, that actually came off really cleanly. Well, except where I ripped it. Ugh. That's okay. I should be able to still manage. I'm just going to drip some aerosol lubricant down there. And get it all over the surface. Ugh. Alright, fine. Let's just work it in. Seems like we're spinning better. I just clean up that mess with IPA. Maybe there's a slim chance that sticker will still stick. Yeah, that's not sticking at all. Those things are usually one and done. Oh well, I tried. Okay, let's try again. And that fan still sounds terrible. There's probably just no hope for that thing. Apparently we have no sound driver either, but at least we have a mouse now. I'm trying to get in this thing. Well, it sounds like the fan is starting to quiet down a little. Alright, we got Deanna, Jimmy, and Pooks. Let's see if any of these have a password. Okay, the mouse was working and now it's not. I get the feeling this machine is not stable. Let's see. Yeah, not responding to keyboard input either. They're frozen. Let's try another hard reboot. Okay, now we have complaints. I might need to double check that RAM. Alright, I went back over that edge connector. And good news, that GPU fan shut up. So let's see if we can get in this thing. Let's see if Deanna has a password. Nope. Hopefully it's an admin account. Oh, now we have sound drivers. Wow, there's a lot of stuff on here. Wow, I can't tell you the last time I saw that dialogue. Microsoft didn't do WHQL testing on their own mouse? Continue anyway. That little Death Star sounds like it's just fine as can be. Okay, that's enough about the mouse. Lost the driver for my MIDI device. We gotta have that. Should be a way to just allow all these. Oh, okay, go away. Oh no, Norton's off. I am so at risk. Alright, is that enough grumbling about hardware? Apparently not. I do not want to restart now. Go away. Alright, what do we have on this thing? Dora's Big Birthday Adventure. There's a lot of Dora stuff on here. definitely a parent's computer. Let's see, what else? THQ. Oh, I was expecting it to be something cooler. But what's cooler than Nemo's UWF? You know, I was expecting more games, or more 3D games. It's Hoyle. Hoyle has a bunch of board games. Citrix. I curse the name every time I see it. What's in Game House? Chowder? What is that? I'm just curious. Okay. From Real Arcade. Wow, I forgot about that. Forgot so many of these things were a thing. Copyright 2005. Well, let's just take a quick look. Is this really it? I'm controlling that fish with the mouse. I'm guessing colliding with these other fish is no bueno. Let's see. Oh no, we're supposed to eat them. Interesting. Oh, we can wrap around the screen apparently. Well, that's pretty easy. Alright, I think we get the gist of that. Let's get out of here. Uh-oh. I don't think I can get out. Let me out. We're stuck. No mouse or keyboard input anymore. Seems to be a theme with this computer. I know it's not completely frozen. That fish is still moving, and I still have music. What can we do? I don't have any options. Guess I'm gonna have to hard reboot it again. Yeah, it looks like it. Goodbye. We seem to have lost our video signal, although it sounds like it booted. Let's just wiggle some cables and see if anything happens. Nothing! This is one profoundly unhappy machine. Okay, well, through some kind of fiddling, I was able to get it back. I think it was just stuck in some unsupported video mode. Let's see if we can get back in. I think it has a lot of complaints. Oh, bitch, bitch, bitch. Oh yeah, I guess we better set up our plug-and-play monitor. Do it. Alright. Maybe that was the problem. Alright, what else is there? Don't want to dare load any of those games. Might get stuck in them again. Keyboard Healthy Computing Guide. What on earth is that? Provides important information on ways to be comfortable and productive when using your computer. Everybody needs a little bit of that. This must have come with the Microsoft Natural Keyboard or something. Interesting. Get out of there. Okay, what is Snagit 6? It sounds so familiar. Screen capture program. Let's give that a try. Wow. Future is here. Did that say it could do video capture? Let's try that. I have a feeling I'm gonna get in trouble. Alright, Control-Shift-P. I think we're frozen. Yeah, seems like it. I'm gonna hit Control-Shift-P again. Nothing. We have crashed again. This could be the most unstable system we've had on this channel. Oh, one more hard reboot. Blah, blah, blah. I thought we already did this. Alright, let's try to get a last used date on this system. And it's frozen again. What on earth could be causing that? But the system's running, so it's just the HID that's not functional human interface devices. So it's not really a crash. And this time it happened in record time. Let's try a USB mouse again. And of course, I got a dialogue I can't do anything with. Hard reboot. Let's see, how long will it last this time? Don't care about the monitor. Yes, let's set up that mouse. Continue. Hey, USB mouse works. See if that gets all freezy. It was sensitive as frig. Alright. Didn't we already do this? You know what? I'll humor you. Blah blah. Done. Think. Nope. There's more. What service pack is this? It's gotta be an early one. Service Pack 2. Forgot how quirky you were. And the hard drive is split into 2 partitions. Half full on C drive, plenty full on D drive. Let's see what's in there. Just some documents and some backups. Well, we don't need to see their documents, so let's go see what's in C drive. Not a whole lot. Let's see what's in that Sierra folder. And I guess that's who made those word and card games. Okay, back to the original plan. Let's get a last use date. Oh, keyboard stopped working, but the mouse continues to work. Okay, something is clearly hoopa-jooped. You would think PS2 would be the most reliable. I guess I'm finding a USB keyboard. Alright, USB keyboard plugging in. Alright, do your thing. Yes, yes. Finish. Can wait. Ah! Okay, fine. Do whatever. Yeah. Can we finally type? Yes! Alright. It's in big and U. Alright, let's scroll until we're not in the present day. 7/11/2011 was the last use date. Isn't that crazy? Same month. And just 12 days shy. I mean, that's a pretty long time to be using this machine. I'd say they definitely got their use out of it. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it was continuously being used. At least, well, kind of sporadically. It goes from June 27th to July 10th. Oh, and almost half a year in betwixt. Okay, so it looks like the last time it saw routine use was 2010 to 2011. Well, that's interesting. Thing had a good long life. Alright, let's get out of here. You know, I wonder if by chance Jimmy had any cooler stuff. Let's see. Ah, Jimmy's got a password. Let's see if Deanna has the power to get rid of that. Let's see, we don't get the user management snap in here, do we? Oh, we do! For some reason I was thinking it was Home Edition. Alright, Ron, Jimmy. Your password is no more. Take that. What was Jimmy hiding? Jimmy has even less stuff. But he was using Windows Live Messenger. Yeah, this seems pretty infrequently used. What was Nova Development? Business Card Factory. Fun. What about Pareto Logic? Privacy controls. Yeah, this must have been a parent/kid computer. How about 5 spots? Sounds like some kind of card game. Let's see. Yeah, seems like it. I got 48 minutes left. We better make it count. Uh-oh. There'll be no weird video modes again. Find the differences before time runs out. Incorrect guess has a time penalty. Oh no, I hate penalties. Oh god. The sounds, wow. Oh, it's, come on. It's so easy. Okay, I'm stumped. Where's the difference? I'm just gonna start clicking in random spots. It says, hurry up! Oh, the roof texture? Ah, come on. Pookie outranks me. Aw, I'll never make it to the world record database. No. Okay, it's time for you to go away. Alright, let's see about that DVD drive. Wow, I expected it to be a lot dirtier inside. Sounds like it's working. Yep, sure is. Trying to install AOL. Alright, let's get out of here. Just exit. Look at that. How sneaky. Wow, I almost missed that ancient version of Chrome. Let's check that out. Oh, it's been so long. Does Jimmy have any history? I don't even know how to see the history in this version of Chrome anymore. No history. I guess he probably never used it. How about Firefox? Another ancient version. Clearly never been run before. Don't import anything. No, you may not. Wow, this interface takes me back. Firefox 3.6.13. Except mine never had a Norton toolbar. Okay, so I guess this guy didn't do much internet browsing. Let's see if Deanna did. Let's take a wild guess and say she was using Chrome. Apparently not. It's not my default browser. Any history? Oh yes, very few. So they were just searching for some games. Alright, how about Firefox? Oh, there's some signs of use. Show all history. Oh, that's even less history. Huh, okay. So they didn't do much browsing, I guess. Or they were good about cleaning up their tracks. Let's see, what about iTunes? Let's see if they were using that. Looks like it. Note to you. Yeah, they had quite the iTunes library. Let's get out of here. And I guess that's enough snooping around. Let's shut this thing down. Who disturbs my shutdown? Before we finish up though, let's just take a moment to bask in the ambiance of the RGB fans. Let me kill these shop lights. Ooh, ah, so future-y. Okay, shop lights are coming back on now. Don't go blind. Yeah, even when I'm expecting it, it always gets me. Stubborn little thing it was. I'm 90% sure it's all due to software though. Windows XP Service Pack 2 still wasn't the best at stability, and I can't believe they were using it for that long without updating it. Bet this thing has more than a few infections. And while it is a bit rough, it's still a cool example of the high-end aesthetic from back then, with the LED fans and the cold cathode case light. I almost forgot those were a thing. I don't remember mine lasting more than a few years. Only one system? What is this, a video for ants? Yeah, that's how it might be for a while. It is a balmy 93 degrees Fahrenheit out here, which in Celsius is freaking hot. So videos may be short and or infrequent until either the weather changes or I get AC out here, whichever comes first. So until then, I've been limiting my exposure to the garage so as to keep from dying, because that would seriously affect my upload schedule. And it's in times like these I'm even more grateful for all the fine patrons and channel supporters. Having a revenue stream that's disconnected from the upload schedule is really helpful. They also have the added benefit of keeping sponsored content away. And believe me, they've been trying. Okay, it's time for me to go find some more life-giving temperatures. Thanks for watching.